friends. It has been a good long while since I've had a set TBR, and I think that might be part of the reason why I've been in a little bit of a reading slump. I think that when I don't have a set TBR, I take way too much time to try and decide what book I want to read next, so I don't read as much as I would otherwise. So I'm actually going to have a TBR this month, and because I'm not participating in any readathons to help me pick out that TBR, I'm actually just going to be using a random generator, the Spin the Wheel app, to help me pick out the books to read this month, and they are all the books that I own, and let's see what we get. Well, that was a very nice distribution. We have some new books, we have some old books, we have half and half of adults and middle grade, so it should be a nice, good variety to read this month. So we have Wildwood, which is a middle grade book by Colin Meloy. It is a chunky one. But it's a middle grade and there's a lot of illustrations in it, so it shouldn't be too terrible. This is a story about a brother and a sister. We have an older sister named Prue and a younger brother. I don't remember his name. But one day her brother gets abducted by a murder of crows, and he's taken and carried off into the impassable wilderness, which is a wood in their area where nobody ever comes back from. And so she and a friend go off into the woods to try and save her brother, and it turns into this big, long, grand adventure. And I didn't know this until recently, that it's actually the first book in a series, so if I like it, I will continue with it. I didn't know it was part of the series. And just continuing with the middle grades for this month, we have A Sprinkle of Sorcery by Michelle Harrison. This is the second book in our two A Pinch of Magic, which I read last month. I really did enjoy that, so hopefully I'll enjoy this one as well. The first book went through the curse that this family is under, the women in this family that are under, where they cannot leave their home town, their home village, or they die, and they go on an adventure to try and break that curse. There wasn't really anything left untied in the first book, so I don't know exactly what the second book is going to be about, but we shall see. And then I have my two adult books. We have The Brief Wondrous Life of Oscar Wilde by Junot Diaz. I actually don't know too much about this one. It follows a young boy who is apparently an overweight nerd who wants to be the next J.A.R. Tolkien and fall in love, but he's going to have a much harder time doing that because of this generations-long family curse. And then finally we have The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. This is a fantasy read about a circus and the performers that the circus randomly shows up in cities, and they have this sort of trial or game situation with the circus members where they kind of have to compete against each other to win. And if they don't win, I believe maybe they die or something really bad happens to them. So we'll see how all that works out. I've heard really, really good things about it. A lot of people say this is their favorite book ever, so we'll see. So I did only pick 4 books, but 2 of them are actually kind of chunky, which might take me a little while to get through, but it'll at least offset having middle grade and adults mixed in. So alright, so that is my TBR for August. I thank you so much for being here, and I hope that means I see you soon.